Hello children, welcome to the session. Hope you all are fine and safe at home. Today we are going to see Term 2 Lesson 1 Affection in English. Unit 1 Prose Appa. In the story about a girl who was orphaned by tsunami. What is tsunami? Tsunami, which means a long high sea wave caused by an earthquake or other disturbance. In December 2004, a tsunami in the Indian Ocean killed thousands of people and many lost their possessions and relationships. Dear children, come let's see what happened in the life of the heroine Meena. Dear children, before getting to the lesson, let us learn some new words of this lesson. Okay, children, first one, receded, which means go or move back, further away from a previous position. It is commonly said that seawater intake. Massive, large or heavy, very big. Whirled, to move rapidly round and round. Like top rotate. Vange, to strike forcefully and nicely. Next one, fainted, to lose consciousness. Next one, rehabilitation, which means the action of restoring someone after a damage. In the action of restoring someone to health or normal life through the training and therapy after the addiction or illness. Blankly, which means without expression, in a way that shows a lack of interest. Okay, children, now let's go to the lesson. The name of the lesson is Appa. Now I'm going to read the lesson. Keep your finger on the lines, okay? Kiraikuppam was a small coastal village near Nagapattinam. Coastal, which means located near sea. Even though the people in the village toiled in the seas every day, toiled, which means hard work, they lived happily. Kiraikuppam was a small coastal village near Nagapattinam. Meena and her family lived in Kiraikuppam. Most of the people there are fishermen. Meena's father was also a fisherman, which is why they lived near the coastal area. Now I'm going to read from third line. It was a pleasant Sunday morning in December. Pleasant, which means good. Just like any other day, the villagers had started their routine. Routine means regular. A few of them had already left to the sea. It was a pleasant Sunday morning in December. Just like any other day, the villagers had started their routine. A few of them had already left for the sea, and the others were preparing to go to the sea for fishing. Okay, now I'm going to read from fifth line. Meena's family was also at the shore to see of her father going to the sea. After the men sailed into the sea, the women would return to other tasks that need their attention. The children would play under the many coconut trees in the village. Meena's father went to the sea, and Meena and her mother went to the shore to see of him. The children would play under the coconut trees in the village. Children, now let's read the second paragraph. The village bell was about to strike 8 times. Strike means beat, beat 8 times. The bell caretaker was ready to ring the bell. Caretaker, which means a person employed to look after a building or something. Just then he saw that the seawater had receded, which means seawater intake a few hundred meters. Soon many in the village noticed the same. All the children and the villagers started running towards the sea. The bell was tied near to the coastal area, which was traditionally used as an official warning to summoned villagers. The village bell was about to strike 8 times. All the children and the villagers started running towards the sea. The seawater continued to recede. All had gathered along the seashore to see it. The bell hit 8 times. People now saw a wave far away in the sea. Accidentally, they pointed to the wave that was rising high in the sea. It was common for people to be excited by big waves in Kiraikuppam. Everyone was getting ready to brace the big wave. that was coming towards them. Little did they know that the wave was increasing the height and would seem to touch the sky as it neared them. It was now getting closer to the shore with a roar. The people saw a wave far away in the sea. Everyone was getting ready to brace the big wave that was coming towards them. It was getting closer to the shore with a big sound. Gazing at the wave far away, gazing which means to look steadily and intently, Meena's mother felt a sudden fear gripping her. Gripping which means firmly holding the attention. She felt that something was wrong. She caught Meena's by her hand and started running towards their home. The wave came closer to the shore, had crushed the fishing boats. Crushed which means deformed, exciting. And before they reached their home, the powerful wave had hit the village. Meena and her mother could hear their friends and family screaming all around them. Screaming means a loud sound of a person. The seawater entered the village and washed out the huts and boats. The water hit their hut too. Meena and her mother were separated and thrown off. The Then slowly the water receded again into the sea. Receded which means that seawater intake. Meena's mother gathered herself and searched for Meena. It was then that the second massive wave hit the village. Massive which means very big. Meena's mother was washed away by the wave. Meena whirled through the water, struggling to breathe. Whirled, which means to turn round and round. One moment she was inside the water, all was dark around her. In that next, she could see the sky. The wave bounced her to the trunk of a coconut tree. Bounced, which means to hit forcefully and noisily to her to the trunk of a coconut tree. He wrestled the wave and firmly hugged the trees. She fainted. Okay, see, she struggled to the wave and firmly, strongly hugged the tree. Soon he fainted. Fainted means some unconsciousness. It was getting closer to the shore with a roar. Meena's mother felt a sudden fear. The seawater entered into the village and washed out the huts and boats. When the second massive wave came, Meena's mother was washed away. Meena moved round and round through the water. She was fainted. When she woke up, she was in the hospital. After she recovered, they transferred her to the rehabilitation center. Recovered, which means returned to a normal state of health. Rehabilitation, which means that to restore to a condition in past. The center housed nearly 99 boys and girls. A kind-hearted official of the center was always very kind to the children. Kind-hearted means caring. He often used to visit them with his family. When she woke up, she was in the hospital. After she recovered, they transferred her to a rehabilitation center. Meena was the youngest of all and soon was loved by all. The in-charge and his wife often carried Meena while they played with the other children. All children used to call them Amma and Appa. After 3 years, the official was transferred. He and his family continued to visit the center once a year for the next 5 years. Then he was transferred to a rehabilitation center. The officer in charge of the center was very kind person. All children called him Appa. After 3 years, he was transferred. Meena now opened her eyes. Her cheeks were moist. Moist means wet. All this seemed like it happened yesterday. The school bell rang and Meena wiped her cheeks to get ready for her English class. Wiped means clean. Meena was good at studies and now was in the 12th standard. The teacher was teaching, the Meena was writing her notes. She then heard a familiar voice calling her Meenu. Familiar means friendly. She raised her head to see. She was surprised to see her father. Raised means lifted. The official standing at the entrance. He was smiling at her. He started at him blankly. Blankly means without expression for a few seconds. With the tears rolling down her cheeks, he jumped out of her bench and dashed towards him, calling Appa. Okay, in this paragraph given, Meena now opened her eyes. Her cheeks were moist. All this seemed like it happened yesterday and now was in the 12th standard. Then heard a familiar voice calling her Meenu. She raised her head to see. She jumped out of her bench and ran towards him, calling Appa. The former officer of the center came to see her. She was happy. Okay, children, now let us revise today's concept. Name of the lesson is Appa. Kiraikuppam was a small coastal village near Nagapattinam. Meena's family was living in that village. One Sunday morning on December, Meena's village was hit by tsunami waves. Meena's mother was washed by the wave and her father was lost somewhere. Meena transferred to the rehabilitation center. The in charge of the center and his wife often carried Meena. After many years, Meena's father, who was lost the former officer of the center, came to see her. She was happy. Dear children, hope you have understood today's concept. Thank you.